So I fell in love hard, so hard that I moved to be with her from Philly to West Palm Beach, Florida. Yeah, I know, right? Bad idea. But I was going down the steps to get married process, and one of those steps is to meet the mother-in-law. And so there was this opportunity to head to England for the woman, her name is Carol, her brother Matt's wedding. He was marrying a British woman on the White Cliffs of Dover in a castle. And I'm like, this could be awesome. This would be a great place to meet her family. I could score some points and move along that getting married process. And so we head over to London, and I meet her mother, Sharon, and she's a tough cookie. She's had it rough. Carol is her only daughter, 3 older brothers, doesn't really get along with all the other wives. The woman that her brother Matt is marrying is not Jewish. Yeah. So I'm stepping into this really intensely risky situation. But I'm gonna score points, because I'm going to be the boyfriend, quote unquote, at the event. I'm gonna take care of things. I'm gonna make sure everything's good. And I had tremendous confidence. I was once considered a Jewish mother's wet dream back in the day. I said back in the day. Anyway, so I had confidence. And one thing about confidence is what happens before reality sets in. Yeah? Or as Mike Tyson once said, everybody has a plan before they get punched in the mouth. Yeah, I was about to get punched in the mouth. So I know London. I'll take him around London. I've been there a couple times. We'll take the tube. And one thing I learned about Sharon was that she had gout, which means walking was a real big problem for her, like moving generally was. But the tube was the best way to get around, and in general, it was a pretty low walking situation. So we get to this one location, Angel Station, and we had to get out and go up the escalator, the 2nd largest escalator in all of England, the 4th largest in all of Europe, and it was out, totally out. It wasn't moving. She was livid. She thought I did this on purpose. Like, I mapped out and found out what was the largest station with, I just was unthinkable, and I did not win points. But I got her up the escalator, and at this point, I'm in damage control. I'm like, this is not going as well as planned. But, I get to meet the bride's family from England. They were awesome. They have British accents. That's great. And I love Monty Python, so I understood everything they said, right? And her grandfather, Alex's grandfather, was a major general. Like, yes, he was a major general. And no Gilbert and Sullivan fans out there. Okay, thank you. Shout out, right. I'm dating myself a little bit here. He was cool. And I was having a good time. And so we get to the wedding. We're at the castle, and it is like Game of Thrones cool. It's got stone and stained glass, and it's amazing. And I sit down in the front, and this is a Jewish ceremony, because obviously, they're not really Jewish, but so they have the ketubah, which is like a Jewish ceremonial canopy, and they have these 4 posts, and the 4 posts are being held up by 4 of the groom's best friends, and so I sit down in the front row with Sharon, Carol, and me, and I'm just like, let's just get through this, all right? It's going to be fine. So I'm sitting down, the ceremony starts, and the gentleman in the front left, his name's Mike. He's not looking good. He looks kind of pale, a little pasty, and I'm just sort of sitting there holding Carol's hand, just minding my business, and I make eye contact with Mike, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Help me." I was like looking around to see, is he talking to me? I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Help." And he's just standing there, holding on, looking really not good. And so I literally drop Carol's hand, I stand up, and I start walking across the entire, beautiful stone, whatever, and I can feel the hate look from Sharon, and I walk up in front of Mike, and he proceeds to faint into me, and he's like 6'2", and I'm 5'9", and he just takes me out. I become a pillow to Mike. And if you ever try to catch someone who faints, it's not like, they're just a lump of gelatinous human, right? And I just go down, and everyone is like confused. It's like crazy. What the fuck just happened? This guy's on the floor, and they take Mike in the back, and they cater to him. I've got this massive lump on my head, but I get up there, and they need me, and I become the stand-in, chuppah holder. So I'm up there. I figure I scored some points here finally. So the wedding proceeds. Everything's fine, and I scored enough points that I ultimately asked Sharon for her daughter's hand, and she gave it to me. And yeah, so we got married, and 20 years later now we're getting divorced. And yeah, that's like a theme tonight, right? It's like, but yeah, but I mean, the truth is, you have these years, and you have, one thing that comes out of all this is some great stories and kids. I need to say that in case they're watching. Hey, guys. Sorry. But anyway, so thank you.